So I'll be presenting my screen now. Can you see the screen? Hello? Okay, okay. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay. So in the last class, we were speaking about the synonyms, isn't it? I had given you synonyms with starting with letter A. Did you study that? Did you study those synonyms? I had told you to study 1 or 2 words daily, isn't it? You may not be able to remember all the words together, so just split up into 2 or 3 words and then study its meaning. Okay, there will be synonyms for the exam. Is it clear? So I had given only with A. We'll discuss the other letters again. So before that, let me go on to the writing part, the written skills of that you should consider while writing letters and all. So I had gone through some of the assignments you had submitted for me, and I would like to point out some of the mistakes that you had written. Since it is for the first time you're writing, it's okay. So you have to keep in mind certain points while writing letters and emails. So let us start with the use of language in communication. That is, while you're writing either a letter or an email, how can we use language properly in communication? So, and especially we are mostly engineering students, you deal with technical communication. And so, what is the significance of technical communication? We know that technical communication, it is a form of writing. As I discussed in the first class itself, it is a writing that involves conveying technical information to the audience. For example, the user guide that comes with your phone. When you buy a new phone, you get a user guide, or any electronic device. When you're buying, you will get the user manual, and looking at the manual, you will be you will understand the working of the device, and also if there are any problems arising, it will help you to troubleshoot that problem. And these manuals are all technical writings that help us to uh, learn what the device is, or to understand the device in detail. It will give us a step-by-step instruction, and the instruction will be in a easy to understand manner. And so as technical writing finds its importance in writing these details. It cannot, you cannot elaborate anything. You are at the same time you have to shorten the message and make it understandable to the end user. And there are 3 key branches of technical communication, that is technical writing, instructional writing, and business communication. And here we are dealing with technical writing. And in technical writing, the most important skill that we need is vocabulary development. That's why I said that you have to study the synonyms, the meaning of different words that you use. And if you want to know the meaning of each word, if you are not familiar with the synonyms, that is, how a particular word can be used in different contexts. That is, you can substitute different words for the same meaning. And to understand how to get those meanings, I said that when you're using Word document and all, we have the thesaurus. And I had demonstrated how to use the thesaurus in the last class. Because if you're using the same word throughout writing, if a common word is repeated throughout the writing process, the writing doesn't seem to be an effective technical writing. So you can substitute words with the same meaning if you want to replace it with another word, so that the writing becomes more it will be more easy to understand by the user, and also it doesn't look so awkward. So to get the different words having the same meaning, and that is called synonyms. And we have a thesaurus, it is a book of synonyms. And in Word also you have a thesaurus. And I had demonstrated that. I hope you remember how to use the thesaurus. You have to go to that particular word and click on that word, and you will get a drop down menu. In that drop down menu, either synonyms will be directly listed or the thesaurus will be there. Select the thesaurus and choose the word that you want to substitute. So likewise, if you know the word by heart, and if you have a good vocabulary, then you needn't go for a thesaurus support. You can just use the words as you wish. So now vocabulary development, it is the process by which people acquire words. And a strong person with a strong vocabulary will be able to use words, different words in his writing, and make his writing look more appealing to the reader. So it refers to all the words. Vocabulary refers to all the words known and used by a particular person. Now here we are dealing with technical vocabulary. And technical vocabulary refers to words or phrases that are used in a specific line of work or profession. For example, when we come to our computer science branch, we use the terms like cloud computing, etc. And these words we are using it specifically for our own purpose. Now it is used by most other anybody who is using the internet also uses cloud computing. Not only the computer science branch, but when we come to certain areas like in electrical departments and all, they frequently use the terms capacitor, impedance, etc., and which people outside the industry may not use much. And such words, they are called technical vocabulary. And when we come to writing also, there are vocabulary needed for writing letters and all. And so let us consider what is the vocabulary used in writing formal letters. So I know, I hope you had written, most of you had written formal, and all of you, almost all of you, except two, I don't know, they didn't inform me also. What happened to them? I told them to inform me, but two of you didn't inform. The rest all have written the formal letters and informal letters and submitted as assignment. So when we write a formal letter or an info, I had given you the structure of formal and informal letters. And another thing I noticed in your assignment is I told you to write down the notes, and some of you haven't written down the notes. You had written only the letter. So marks will be reduced for not writing the notes. Uh, Please note that, okay, when some instruction is given to you, please listen to that instruction and then follow the instruction correctly. Is it clear? So following instruction is the first thing that you should study. When an instruction is given to you, follow the instruction correctly and then do the work. Is it clear? Hello? Was it audible to you? Okay. I told you to write the notes first and then write the letter. Some of you haven't written the notes, you had written only the letter. Okay, so please follow the instructions next time. Otherwise, your mark will be reduced. Okay. So, when we come to vocabulary used in formal letters, there are certain sentences that we can use. I've given sample sentences only here in this note. This note is uploaded in Linways. You can use it for reference. So when you start a formal letter, we can formal letters, as I know, it is something written to. It can be a business letter, etc. Isn't it? You had written a formal letter to write a leave application. A leave application letter, it is a formal letter. You had written it to the staff advisor. And some points I had noted there is that when you address somebody with a name, you should add Mr. or Mrs. if you know the person. Mr. or Miss, if you don't know if Mrs., whether the female is a Miss or a Mrs., just add MSM, short, small letter S and dot. And so please don't just write the name alone when you are addressing someone. So the starting can be like when you start a formal letter, it can be like, we are pleased to inform you. If you're going to inform the authority about something, then you can start it as, we are pleased to inform you. If you are writing from an organization, then you can use we. So, or if you're writing for yourself, then you can write, I am pleased. Okay. Now, or you can start with reference to your advertisement of 10th month. You are referring to some other document you had received earlier, and then you are following and continuing, and you're discussing about that in your letter. Then you can start with the reference to that document. It can be an advertisement or any other letter. And or like you can, I'm writing this letter to request, and it is a request letter to cancel something. So these are the sentences. There are a lot of sentences, and those who have good language can use your own sentence. But some of these sentences which you want to refer to, if you're not aware of how to start, then you can just study these sentences and try to start letters with these sentences. So this is how you start certain formal letters. If you're trying to inform, or if you're trying to give some information, then you can start like this. Then if some action is to be taken, then you can start your letter like this. That is, we regret to inform you that we are going to take some action. So we are in a pleasing manner, we should inform that some action is to be taken. So we regret some negative action is to be taken, then we can start like this. We regret to inform you. Or you can write, please note that the deadline is, some deadline is going to be met, and the receiver should do some action. Then you can inform him like this, like, please note the deadline. Or may we remind you. If you're going to send a reminder letter, then we can start like this, may we remind you. And these please, may, etc., we regret, etc., they are all sentences which seem to be in a good manner, and the reader will also be understanding it, or taking it as in a good way. So we should not provoke the person who is reading. So just use certain words or which prove to be in a good, that you are speaking or you're writing in a good way. So next is enclosures and attachments. You can add certain attachments to your letters, and when you add attachments, you can use these sentences to inform him that you are attaching some documents. Like we are sending here with, like some documents are going to be attached, and or you can say, if you are alone, if you are if it is not the organization, if you are going to send, then you can say that I am attaching here with. Okay. So otherwise, the other words you can use is, please find the attachment, please find enclosed, etc. I am enclosing, etc. These are the attachment sentences that you can, or enclosure sentences that you can start with. You can start with these sentences. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Okay, so now we are going to the vocabulary used in formal emails. Like when you're going to send an email, what are the sentences that we can use in formal emails? So these are some of the sentences which we can add to our vocabulary, and we can improve our writing using these sentences. Like greetings, if you're greeting someone through email, then you can use dear sir or madam. Okay, you don't know who the person is, whether it is a sir or a madam, then you can use dear sir or madam. Or if you don't know the authority to whom you are sending, if it is a single person, or if it is to an organization, or if it is to a group of members, we don't know who the person is, then we can write to whomsoever. This is one word, to separate, to whomsoever it may concern. So whether it is an organization or it is a single person, this will work fine for greeting, to whomsoever it may concern. So these are the sentences which you should know when writing letters. Then if you know the name, then you can directly address the person with his name, like dear Dr. Smith or dear Mrs. This is what I said, MS. MS is used when you don't know whether this particular person is a male or a female. So you can use, I mean, for ladies, if they don't know, if you don't know if it is Miss or a Mrs., then you can just address them as MS Johns. And here the names written after this are all second names. That is, the first names. First names are not usually used when you address with a doctor and MS and all. Okay. So first names usually not used. Then in emails, when you're attaching files, you can write these sentences. That is, I am attaching my CV for your consideration. So if you're going to apply for some jobs, then you can write these sentences like, what is CV? What is the full form of CV? What is the full form of CV? Anyone? Hello? Curriculum vitae. So, Sriraj, just check the sentence and give me the correct answer on WhatsApp, the correct spelling on WhatsApp. Okay. Curriculum vitae. All of you should just search the internet. And the next class, I will ask you. So, I will call out one name and you will have to give me the correct spelling. Curriculum vitae. Okay. Did you hear what I said just now? Okay, Ashwin, curriculum vitae. Okay, okay. Okay, that's a correct spelling. Did anyone else search for the name? Did anyone else search for the spelling? You can just type in the chat box. The spelling of curriculum vitae. Okay. Okay, very good. Good, very good, very good. Okay, Sriraj. I understood that you knew the expansion but not the spelling, so that's why I told you to correct it. Okay. Okay, Sriraj. No. Okay, so attaching the CV for your consideration, or please see the statement attached. Some statement you're going to attach, and asking them to find the attachment. Then, or you can use, I am sending you the brochure. If you're attaching the brochure for your webinar or any tech fest, then you can attach, add a sentence that I'm sending you the brochure as an attachment. So these are the sentences which we can normally use in a letter. So if you study some of these sentences, it will be useful for you when you're writing letters and emails. Now, when you end a letter, how can you end the letter using beautiful sentences? Only two samples are shown here. You can write it any way you like, but the sentence should seem to be attractive to the reader. So I look forward to hearing from you. If you're waiting for his decision also, then you write the end the sentence with I look forward to hearing from you, and can be added both in formal as well as informal letters. Then looking forward for your reply. X is another sentence that you can add. When you close your letter or when you end your letter, the last sentence can be any of these or anything which you find more appealing than these two. Anyway, I'm giving you just samples so that those who don't know can note these points, learn it by heart, and apply it when you write the letter. Okay. Is it clear? Hello? Okay, very good. Now, the closing formulas. Now, closing formula means when you end. And I found that in most of your letters, some of you, when you wrote informal letters, I found that you had written yours faithfully and yours sincerely for your friends. So usually we write faithfully and sincerely for those when we address those people who are at a higher level than us, or we are going to a respectable person like our principal or staff or for any faculty member, if you're writing a letter, then you write yours faithfully or sincerely, etc. But it is not used when you're writing informal letters, when you're writing it to your friends or family members. We don't usually write faithfully and sincerely, respectfully, because the closeness between these two words, yours faithfully and sincerely, and the words we use for informal letters like yours lovingly, etc., is different. Yours lovingly shows a more closer relationship. And so when you write informal letters, that is to your friends and family members, don't use the term sincerely and faithfully. Okay. They are all used when you write a letter to a person at a higher degree. Okay. Is it clear? I'm telling all these just for you to note what you had written. And not to make the correction in future, and not to make that mistake in future, and you should correct it when you're writing letters in future. Okay. Is it clear? Did you understand what I said just now? Majority had written correctly, but except a few of you had written faithfully and sincerely for informal letters. Okay. Also, I found that when you are writing the letter I would like to inform you that I will be absent. So when I comes in between, don't use small letter. It is capital letters only. Okay. Hello. Did you understand? When you are writing I in between sentences, use capital letters. Is it clear? I found that some of you had written small letters in between. Okay. So these are the small mistakes that you make and which you can correct it very easily. Okay. And it is only by writing you will be able to improve yourself. After writing, somebody should value a paper, or the teacher should value and point out your mistakes. So once we point out the mistakes, you will be able to correct yourself. And please don't repeat those mistakes in future. The common mistakes is what I'm telling now. Okay. So now the closing formula, we were speaking about the closing formula. That is, we can use yours faithfully, yours sincerely, etc. And when we start with dear madam or sir, etc., we can use yours faithfully. And if you're going to writing it to a single person whom you're not that close, but he's at a higher degree, then you can write yours sincerely. Then or in another form, instead of yours faithfully or yours sincerely, you can write sincerely yours or sincerely with your name following or yours truly. These are the some of the closing formulas that you can use. It is yours faithfully, yours sincerely, or you can write sincerely yours, or you can just write sincerely and followed by your name and yours truly. These are some of the important closing formulas. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Hello? Okay. So learn some of these formulas, these closing texts, and just by heart it, so that whenever you need to write a letter, you can just use these, apply these sentences. So with these are some of the things that you should note when you write emails and letters. Since you had written them, you can just think of modifying it. Okay. And so that you will improve yourself. Next is technical vocabulary used in writing a report. When you're writing a report, like you had taken a seminar or you had developed a project and you are asked to submit a report based on it, then what are the things that you should consider when writing a report? Reports are technical documents, that is seminar reports or project reports or reports on any matter submitted to an authority. They are all technical reports. So, in a report, what are the things that what are the sentences that we can use in when writing? What is the vocabulary that we can use when writing a report? That is, first is an introduction. Every report will have an introduction. So, in the introduction section, what are the sentences that you can add to improve your writing? That is, to make the report more appealing to the reader. How can you start the sentences in an introduction part? That is the first. These are the sample introductory sentences given to you. You can, if you have good language skills, then you can use your own sentences, find new sentences, and you can learn those sentences by heart and use them when you write. Okay, so I had listed just a few sentences. There are numerous sentences you can find out, and you can use them. So these are some of the examples, because in an introduction, how can we start that introduction in a report? So the first sentence is the aim or the intention or purpose. So anything that you write, any report you write will have an aim. For example, you do any experiment in your lab, or you write a program in C. Everything will have an aim. So after the main heading comes the aim of the program or the aim of the experiment. Likewise, for writing a technical report, also you have an intention, or you will have an aim. So that sentence you can start like this, like the aim, or you can write the intention, or even you can replace intention with purpose of this report is to. So the aim of this report, and you, instead of aim, you can use either intention, or you can use purpose, etc. So any word, depending on your vocabulary, you can use. So anyway, I had given three samples. The aim or the intention of this report is to outline or present or discuss or to sum up. These are the words that you can use. Either if you're going to outline, if you're going to write a paragraph about it, then you can say it is to outline. Or if you're going to present the report, then you can say it is to present. Or if you're going to have a discussion regarding a group of people, then you can write it as discuss. Or if you're going to summarize the report, then you can write it as we are going. The aim is to sum up this report. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Hello. Okay, so the sentences that you can add, just we are going through the sentences that you can add in the introductory part of a report. Now another sentence that you can add is, if you had visited some industry, and if you want to give information or report regarding your visit, then you can write it as further to my visit to. You had visited some place, and you are writing that in detail, and about your visit, and about a report regarding your visit. Then you can start like this: further to my visit to the organization name, you can write here, or the place you can write here. I have prepared the following report, and you're going to explain what your report is. If you had visited some place, and then you're going to give information. Then next is my finding. In another sentence, instead of writing the sentence, second sentence, you can follow the third sentence. That is, my findings are outlined or presented below. Once you had inspected something, inspected a place, or you had inspected some device, and you are going to give information, a technical report on that device or a place or a industry, then you can write, my findings are outlined or presented below. Okay, so another sentence is, I outline my findings. You can start with, I outline my findings as follows, etc. So anyway, these are some of the starting sentences that you can use in introduction part while writing a report. Now, another thing is the reason. You should state the reason for writing, or you should state the reason for replying to some technical reports. So that is, you can, if you're going to give a reason, then you can use these sentences. That is, I am writing with regard to the sale of, you are going for some marketing agency, then giving some reply to a marketing agency, then you can write, I am writing with regard to the sale of, etc. Whatever is the matter, you can continue. Or you can start like this: thank you for your email of some particular date regarding the sale of, and you are replying to some message you had received earlier, then you are referring to that message and then you are replying back. So these are the where you give reasons for writing your report. Then making a request or asking for an information. When you're going to request for something or you're going to ask for some information, you can start like this. Could you please let me know if you can attend the meeting? So you're asking somebody, if you're requesting somebody if they could attend a meeting, then you can just start the sentence like this. Could you please? It is a very good sentence for which keeps up your mannerism. And so, could you please let me know if you can attend the meeting, etc. Or I would appreciate if you could please send me a brochure. If you want something for reference, you can ask them in a polite way. That is, I would appreciate if you could please send me a brochure. So these are all requesting sentences. Another is if you're offering help or giving information about something, then you can use the following. These are not the only sentences. There are a lot of sentences, but you can, if you want, you can just refer these sentences and study some of them. Okay. So if you're going to offer a help or give information regarding something, then you can use we are happy to let you know, or you can use please do let me know if I can do any further assistance. If you're offering some help to some other organization, then you can state like that. Or I am glad to inform you that. So some information, some happy news has to be informed, then you can try start with I am glad to inform. Okay. So these are sentences that offer some help or give some useful information. The next is you're giving a complaint to someone. So how can you express it in a polite way? Well, your writing should be very polite. So how can we express a complaint in a polite way? That is, these are the few sentences. I am writing to express my dissatisfaction. So you cannot say, you cannot write your sentence which irritates the reader. You have to be always polite in your writing. So when you're complaining about something, just use some sentences which doesn't hurt the reader. So one sentence is I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction. Another sentence that you can use is I regret to say that I was not satisfied with the room you provided. You had booked a room in some hotel and you are not satisfied with the room. Then you can say that. You can inform the manager of that particular hotel that I regret to say that I was not satisfied with the room you provided us, etc. You can start with such sentences which are very polite. So the next sentence you can do is write is I would like to receive a full refund. I would like to receive, or just don't start like I want my full refund. That will be that doesn't look good to the reader. So I would like to receive a full refund if you're requesting for some refund of money. Okay, so these are some complaining sentences. Then some apologizing sentences. Apologizing sentences means you are sorry for what something you had happened or something you had done. So those goes under apologizing sentences. And how can we write certain sentences for apologizing? These are the examples. Like please accept our apologies for the delay. You haven't sent something on time and there was a delay. Then you can apologize for that delay. Then like please accept our apologies for the delay. Or if I'm the next sentence is I am afraid I will not be able to attend, because if you are informed about attending a meeting and if you cannot attend that meeting, just don't write I cannot attend this meeting. Start like that. Please don't start like that. You can just inform them like I am afraid I will not be able to attend the meeting. And this is a polite way of informing that you cannot do something. Okay, so that is apologizing. Then some introductory points. That is, if you want to introduce something new, then what are the sentences that we can write in our report? That is, to begin with, let me start with, etc. can be used to begin with, or you can continue your sentence, or you can write let us start with, or let me start with, etc. can be used as introductory sentences, or you can use numbers like firstly, I would like to say. You can start like that, or in the first place. Instead of firstly, you can write in the first place, or you can write first of all, I would like to say, etc., and continue your sentence. So when you introduce something for the first time, you can begin with these sentences. Like then another point is moreover or furthermore or what is more, etc., can be used when you start your speech or your writing, an introductory point. Then, when you are introducing your opinion, you're giving some opinion of yourself to others, then you can use these sentences that is, in my opinion, or I believe that, or I am of the opinion that, or it seems to me that. These are the sentences that you can use when you are giving your opinion. So, in my opinion, I would like to express. You can continue this sentence, or I believe that it would be better, and you can use, you can continue your matter. And I am of the opinion that, etc., or it seems to me that. And these are the opinion expressing sentences. Or you can start like personally I believe that, or to my mind I believe that, etc., can be used. Or I would like to suggest that, or I would like to recommend that. These are your opinions that you are going to express. Then it is said that, it is often suggested that this fourth sentence, it shows introducing someone else's opinion. In first three sentences, we were speaking about introducing our opinion, but in the last sentence, it is introducing someone else's opinion, and they are of the opinion that, etc. We can use, or it is said that people do not believe, like it is the people's belief that you are saying. So you are introducing someone else's opinion, and it is often suggested that there is somebody else often suggests some matter to you, and you are introducing it. It is often suggested by them that you can introduce someone else's opinion also using the fourth sentence. Okay. Now, when you're giving examples, you can write for example, or for this is normally done by most of you, for example, or you can write for instance. Instead of the word example, you can use another word, instance, for instance. So instead of always using the word example, always, you can just substitute that example word by for instance. Or you can write, let me give you an example, etc. Or the picture or diagram shows, or the picture or diagram illustrates, etc. And you're giving some example with reference to a picture. You're giving a picture as example, then you can write the sentence. The picture illustrates that, or the picture shows that, or the diagram shows that, or the diagram illustrates that, etc. can be used. Or if you know any other words which more accurately substitute these words, then you can use those words also. Then another is conclusion. When you conclude, it can be seen, you can use these sentences like, it can be seen from the data or information about that. So concluding sentences, we conclude about something that we have already read, or we have already received. So we say that it can be seen from the data or information, or in general, on the whole, it is found that. In general, or you can write, on the whole, it is found that, etc. In general, it is found that, or on the whole, it is found that, or I found that, etc. Or another sentence you can use in conclusion is in conclusion. You can start with in conclusion and continue. Or to conclude, you can say your conclusion, or to sum up, or in summary. These are the words that we can use to conclude your opinion. That is in conclusion, to conclude, or to sum up, or in summary. We can proceed, etc. The sentence the context can be continued. Or you can say that to put the matters in a nutshell, that is in a summary. The nutshell, putting matters in a nutshell means to summarize. So you can use this sentence more beautifully to conclude, that is to put the matters in a nutshell. Or you can say in a nutshell, that is as a summary, we can conclude that the report is stating so and so. So that sentence can be concluded. So these are some of the word sentences that you can use to begin your conclusion. Okay, sentences that can be used to begin your conclusion. So it hope you could understand what I was saying. Did you understand? I was explaining some of the sentences that could be used in formal letters, informal letters, and technical writings. Okay. Is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? Okay. Okay, now I think it's time. So in the next class, we will start with the next part, that is sequence words. Okay. So now say your attendance. Say your attendance, please.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5,
6,
6. Okay.
7, 8,
9,
10,
Okay. 11,
13,
12. Okay.
14,
15,
16,
17,
18,
19,
20,
21,
22,
23, 24, 25, 26, 27,
28. 28 present or absent? Okay.
29, 30,
31,
32,
33,
34,
35,
36,
37,
39,
Number 40. 40, 40. Absent.
41, 42, 43,
44. 44 absent.
45,
46,
47,
48,
49. Absent.
49,
Okay. 49. Then next 50.
50,
51,
52, 53,
54,
55,
56,
57,
58,
59,
60,
61,
62,
63,
Okay. So absentees number 40 and 44. Number 40 and 40. 40 Ara.
40%.
Sahal. Sahal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 40. Why didn't you say your attendance before? Number 44. Absent. Nirmal. Absent.
present ma'am. Active Titan.
Ah. Okay, so all are present today. Okay, thank you. You may leave the session. Thank you.